Okay, so the first thing you want to do is apply your primer. When you have dark circles, hyperpigmentation, and things like that, you want to do your best to conceal those things before you put foundation on top of them. What happens a lot of times is people will try to put on the heaviest of foundations, but they're still dealing with the discoloration, so it makes you pack on more foundation versus actually correcting and concealing those things before you actually put on your foundation, so you end up having to use a whole lot less foundation. So after you've put your primer on, and I said all that to let my primer dry, think of 2 holidays or 2 seasons, however you want to say it, when you're dealing with discoloration and hyperpigmentation. You want to think of Halloween or the fall, and then you want to think of Christmas. For Halloween, when you have black or dark marks that are on the darker side, black, dark brown discoloration, like I have discoloration around my mouth here, I have some scarring here from acne scars, black, orange. So you use orange concealer to cover up any black or brown marks. Halloween, black and orange. Then if you have any red marks on your face, like you have a pimple or a red scar of some sort on your face, then you want to use green. So Christmas, red and green, and then black and orange. So I have black dark spots, and I'm going to show you how to cover those up. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade of orange. It's Orange Corrector. You can find it at any of your local beauty supply stores. I think they even have it in like Target and some Walmarts and CVS's too now. So I'm just going to get just a little bit of it, and I'm going to use my finger. And I'm going to put it on the areas where I have the dark marks. And I'm just tapping it very lightly. I have one on my forehead here. And this also works really good if you have darkness under your eyes or under eye circles. So I'm also going to do it under my eyes slightly, just for the sake of demonstration. Okay. And then again, I have discoloration around my mouth, in the corners of my mouth. And I'm not using a whole lot, like I'm barely just kind of rubbing my finger on there. Because what you don't want to happen is that you use too much and then you end up with an orange face. But we're going to correct that either way. So you've gotten your dark marks covered. So now you can either use a brush, or I just use my finger, and I just want to blend that in to the skin so that it's not just sitting there, okay? So blend it in, and you can just use your finger, blend it in over those dark spots, okay? Now that you've got that orange concealer blended in over those dark spots on your face, you want to grab a concealer that is your skin tone, not the bright concealer that you're going to use to highlight under your eyes and contour and all that. You want a concealer that is your exact skin tone as close as possible, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take that concealer and we are going to put it over the areas where we just put that orange concealer. This is what helps prevent it takes away some of the orangeness, basically. I'm just going to use a little bit and put it over the places where you put your orange concealer. Okay? And then you want to, this is fine. And then you want to blend that out. And I'm just using a small brush to blend in concealer on top of where I put the orange. And I'm keeping it in a concentrated area. I'm not spreading it all over. I'm keeping it concentrated in the areas where I used the orange concealer, okay? Now, if you look closely, my face actually looks pretty flawless right now. I don't have the discoloration around my mouth anymore. I don't have the darkness under my eyes. The area where I had the two pimples, the two acne marks, they're gone also. And then I also realized I have a scarring right here on my nose, so I want to go back and I want to take care of that also. So let me do that one. So now that you've done all the prepping and the concealing for any hyperpigmentation you have, you're ready to pop on your foundation, and you don't have to use as much because you're not trying to layer on additional foundation to cover up those dark marks, because right now the dark marks aren't even visible anymore. So I can use a little bit of foundation and achieve the same result without having to add a whole lot of foundation. So I made a few marks with my Minted Cosmetics Skin Foundation, and I'm in the shade T30 for anybody that wants a reference. I'm going to blend this out and then we'll be done. Here's a bonus tip. So say you don't have any other discoloration or hyperpigmentation on your face anywhere else, but you do have under eye baggage or under eye circles. What you can do after you've done that first step of putting the orange, putting the concealer, putting on your foundation, you can go back in with that same concealer that's your skin tone, and you can go in and put another added layer of evenness under the eye before you do the highlighting. Because what you don't want to do is only put the foundation, then try to highlight, and all it's going to do is accentuate the bags and stuff that you have under your eyes. So I'm going to pop on some more of that same skin tone concealer under my eyes to again give me some added coverage under the eyes before I highlight. Concentrating it under the eye, not trying to pull it down super far. But if I had, most people when they have bags, the bags are concentrated right under this area where the eye socket is. So you want to keep it contained to just that area. You don't, this isn't the time, you're not highlighting for the sake of highlighting and contouring. You're actually concealing any darkness that you have under your eyes, okay? So you add it on with the brush, and then you want to blend it out with another smaller brush, or you can use a beauty sponge. Okay. All right, so now as you can see, you have added protection under the eyes to cover any bags if you have bags under your eyes. And now if you want to go in and do highlighting and contouring and all that great stuff, feel free to do so. But I'm just showing you the basics of covering up your hyperpigmentation as well as under eye bags or under eye circles or under eye discoloration. So this is the finished product. I actually did not do any highlighting or contouring or anything like that. I wanted you to see how it would look with basically the finished product. So your face is more of a clean finish. The only thing I would actually do if this were my look, I normally do some type of highlighting, but the only thing I would actually add is I would take a powder and I would set the entire look with a powder. So here's your finished product for real this time. And all I did was just add some powder on top of the foundation. So again, just a quick review. If you have any type of discoloration, you want to think about 2 holidays. You want to think about Halloween and you want to think about Christmas. If you have any dark marks, black marks, brown marks, scars, or things of that nature, you want to use an orange corrector, orange concealer, Halloween, black and brown, orange. If you have red marks like pimples or scars or things like that, you want to use a green corrective concealer. Same process as I did with the orange, except for you're just going to use the green. If you happen to have both, some people might have a red pimple and then you might have discoloration or scarring from an old pimple. You can use both. It's not an either or situation. It all depends on the color of what you're trying to correct. After you've gotten that corrective concealer on, you want to actually put on a concealer that is the color of your skin tone on top of that colored concealer. This will help make sure everything is evened out and you won't have run the risk rather of looking orange or looking green because you may have used too much product. So this is a way to help prevent that. So you put a concealer that is your skin tone on top of the corrective concealer. After you've done that, then you want to go in with your foundation and continue on with your process. If by chance you have baggage or discoloration under your eyes, then you want to do the same thing we said before, except for once you get your foundation on, you want to go in with that concealer one more time and put that concealer under the eyes to again add that added layer of protection for your under eyes. And this is what it will look like. And you don't have to do the highlighting, the contouring, concealing. I don't even have on blush. I wanted you to see the finished product without any extra glam, any extra steps, just the finished product. And I do highly recommend the Mented foundation sticks and the Mented foundation powder. I'm not being paid to say this, but I've been trying this product and I'm really, really liking it. So if you're looking for a new foundation to try out, it is online only. Go to mentedcosmetics.com and give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Thanks so much for watching. I really, really, really hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you learned how to cover up hyperpigmentation and under eye circles. If you have another video in mind or something that you need help on, then feel free to shoot me an email at info@cousinchloefab.com. That's FAB.com, and I'll be glad to put together a video to teach you how to do this. Remember, my channel is designed for the person who's wanting to learn those beginner basics, or they have those questions about how to get started in makeup. That is what my channel is dedicated to. And I love hearing your success stories of how you try one of my techniques or one of my tips and it helped you. So again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to shoot me an email. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.